What is up, guys? This is Alex with my Week 12 team builder against the AC Milanturn. I'm really starting to feel the length of this season. I'm glad that we are going down to a shorter season because I'm starting to get tired of building with this team, if I'm being perfectly honest. Because I do not have a good matchup this week. We're going up against, I think we're both tied for second at current, so this is going to be a really important match for us. I'm kind of on a bit of a losing streak. I need to come back, and if I can win this week, it pretty much guarantees me a spot in the finals. He's got a very threatening team, though, running dual weather. He's got the Charizard Y for Sun. He's got Hippowdon for Sand, along with Excadrill. So Sand Rush Excadrill is a thing, and that's something I got to watch out for. It can get up to +2. He's got the Salamence, really scary Dragon type. It can Dragon Dance, but it has a slightly subpar speed tier compared to me, so I can capitalize on that. He's got the Heracross, my second favorite Pokemon. Put a Choice Scarf on Heracross and it will fuck your team up. It can body Latias, Entei, Tentacruel. If it has, let's see, what would it run? It could run Megahorn, Close Combat, Earthquake, and that pretty much covers my whole team right there. Rock Slide. So that's something I need to watch out for the Heracross. He's got the Shaman, decent wall Pokemon. I don't really know a lot about Shaman, but what are you going to do? He's got Ditto, kind of hard. Pretty much every one of my Pokemon has to be able to take on itself, which makes it a little tricky to deal with. He's got the Weezing, great wall, although I don't really see it coming just because I do have some really powerful Psychic types. It doesn't really wall my team that well. He's got the Rotom Wash, an excellent wall, nice pivot that he can go around with. He's got Aromatisse, which can Cleric, and he's got Bronzong, which can set hazards and spin. That's his team. I'm going to go into my team quickly. So the first thing I see is his premier, some of his premier threats, namely Salamence and Charizard Y, are really weak to rocks. Salamence takes 25% coming in. Charizard takes the 50. So I wanted to make sure I had something with rocks on my team. I also wanted a physical wall that can take on things like Excadrill. It seems weird that Colossus is going to be the one to take on Excadrill, but that's really all I got. You can also take on a Scarfment. So I'm running Leftovers and Clear Body this week. He doesn't have any low kickers that I'm afraid of, and he could be running Intimidate on Salamence, so I don't want that. So we're going with the Clear Body. Max physically defensive Rocks and Stealth Rocks, Rock Slide, Toxic, and Counter. Toxic is, in case he switches in Hippowdon on me, I can kind of sit in front of Hippowdon and counter, and if it's got the Toxic, I can whittle it down. Counter is for the Excadrill. He tries to hit me. I'm very bulky, so I can take a hit and then maybe Oko it, because it does have a lower HP set. I can wall Salamence unless it's special. Charizard Y, obviously I have the Rock Slide if I predict that he's switching into it, and I have the Stealth Rocks that I need to set as early as possible. And another important thing about the set is that it cannot touch itself. So I originally had Thunder Wave on here instead of Toxic because he didn't have a lot of fast things. I wanted to slow down Salamence, Heracross, etc. Charizard Y, but then he would be able to paralyze me, and I don't want that. I don't want this guy being paralyzed. I can't be Toxic. He could counter. If he wants to scarf himself into counter, that's a really bad idea because I switch into a special attacker, get off a massive hit for free. And Rock Slide isn't touching me at all, so it kind of limits what he can do against me. So that's Colossus right here. Next up, we have Air Canada rocking the Choice Scarf. I realized my team building centers around speed control. I like being able to outspeed certain things. I like to be able to go first because I think it's a really good move. So I have three types of speed control on here. I'm actually running Dual Scarf this week. Something I like to do on the ladder, but I don't think I've done it in League yet. I really like having Dual Scarf because it can kind of throw your opponents off. You have to play smart about how you lock yourself into things, but if I have good coverage and I can make some good predictions, I think I can really use my Dual Scarf to capitalize on it. So I'm rocking Ice Beam, Draco, Psychic, and Shadow Ball. I believe with this speed investment, I outspeed a +1 Salamence. Yes, I do. I outspeed a +1 Salamence. So if he's Scarfed or if he has a Dragon Dance up, I can still come in and hit it with an Ice Beam, which is great, or a Draco Meteor if I want to be, a little protective. Draco is just obviously to deal massive damage. Psychic is for the Weezing, as well as the Heracross. and Shadow Ball. What is Shadow Ball for? Bronzong. Shadow Ball is for Bronzong, which otherwise walls this set. That is pretty much that. So next up I have my second scarf for blue, the Sock, as always with the choice scarf. Rocking Earthquake, Ice Punch, Rock Slide, and Poison Jab. I'm rocking Max Jolly scarf, which at 225 does it do? It allows me to tie with a Jolly Scarf Heracross, which I can't afford to be any slower than that. Rotom Wash Scarfed is actually 1 point faster, and I can't outspeed things like Salamence or Shaman at all. So a +1 Salamence can hurt me, but that is why I have the Latias. I was originally running Habanberry. I might switch it back because the idea of dual scarfing is starting to scare me off talking about it out loud, but we'll see. So Earthquake is for the Excadrill and the Rotom Wash because I do have the Mold Breaker. Ice Punch hits the Salamence, Excadrill, Shaman, Charizard Y kind of Hippowdon. And then I have the Rock Slide for Charizard Y and Salamence, kind of for Heracross as well. And then finally we have the Poison Jab again for Shaman and Aromatisse, which otherwise can be kind of a problem for my team. I can also hit Bronzong with this set. Mold Breaker goes through Levitate. And I think that's everything on his team that I hit super effective. This is going to be scary. I don't want Ditto coming in on that. And same thing for Latias. It's going to be a speed tie. Oh, actually, that's smart. No. Ooh. We're going to keep it this way because I need something that outspeeds a +1 Salamence. So we're going to keep the Scarf on there, but we'll see. I might end up changing this spread. Anyway, next up we're going to Baymax, my second form of speed control. He can't have the speed rush on Excadrill, and he can always scarf things like Heracross and Salamence. So I brought Trick Room Reuniclus this week, where I can kind of take, again, as always, take one hit, set up a Trick Room, and then just start getting kills with it. I'm running the Tanga Berry this week, so I can live Mega Horn from Heracross or a X-Scissor from Excadrill, which are the only two, which is the only way Excadrill can touch me. Other than that, he doesn't really have a lot that can really set up on me. I can Trick Room, Regenerator, so I can, if I do, I can swap out and get my health back. He doesn't really have, I'm not super worried about hazards this week or status. Psyshock hits most of his team. It is better for me to be running Psyshock over Psychic. It barely makes a difference to Weezing, but it does hit the Charizard Y harder because Charizard Y does get a boost to Spadef. Shadow Ball enables me to hit Bronzong, Weezing, and myself if he goes into that Scarf Ditto, which will always go second because of Trick Room. And then the Focus Blast is for the Excadrill because I need something. It's the first time I'm running Focus Blast, and it scares me. I hate Focus Blast, but I needed to do it this week. I needed to do it. So that is my Baymax here. Next up we have KY, the Tentacruel, which is my Spadef wall this week. I originally was going to run a V because the strongest special attack that he can do on me is an Overheat from Charizard Y, actually, in the Sun. Is the thing he hits hardest with. And it hits about, I think max is about 52%, 53%, something like that. With AV, that goes down to about 35 max. But then I have no recovery. So I figured with a Black Sludge, if he goes for the Overheat, his special attack is going to drop, and then he has to switch out, or he can't get the 2-hit KO on me. And especially with the Black Sludge recovery, I'll be at about the same amount of health anyway. So that's why I ultimately went for Black Sludge. I still kept the 4 attacks though. I had Scald, Sludge Bomb, Ice Beam, and HP Rock, obviously for the Charizard. Because I don't know if he knows that that's the biggest thing he hits on me. Shaman, Extra Sensory isn't Stab and isn't boosted by Weather, so it doesn't kill me. Seed Flare doesn't kill me either, because I'm neutral to it, and I do have the Sludge Bomb and the Ice Beam, so I can wear it down really quick. Heracross with Earthquake could kind of be a problem for me. But I have other mons for that. I think this moveset speaks for itself. It's pretty simple. And then last up, I have Mufasa, the Entei. I'm trying Caliente again. Because he does have the dual weather, I want to try and monopolize on the fact that he has Charizard Y. And with Hippowdon, if that turns out to be his switch-in, if that turns into be a switch-in, then I can always Sunny Day on the prediction and get it up. Switching this to Lava Plume because I am going to kind of rely on the predictions. I might need the burn in order to live, something that will allow me to get off my weakness policy. If I can get a burn on Hippowdon, that's great. And once Hippowdon's gone, I can set up Sunny Days relatively easily. I'm running Lava Plume, Solar Beam, and HP Rock. Pretty self-explanatory. HP Rock allows me to hit the Salamence and the Charizard, and then everything else is hit by either Lava Plume or Solar Beam, especially in the sun. Ditto can kind of hit me here, but if Ditto switches in before I get my weakness policy up, I can kill it, no problem. And that's kind of it. This is kind of a weird team. I'm not going to lie. I didn't put a ton of time into team building this week because I don't know, I'm starting to get the fatigue of the season, but I really want to win this match, so I brought some kind of uncouth sets to try and catch them off guard because I feel like I've kind of been in a rut. I need to think a little outside the box, and I know I say that on the week that I brought Scarfed Blue, but still. Anyway, that's it for this week, guys. I'm going to go try and challenge him now, and I will see you guys later. Bye.